If your goal is to sleep with as many girls as possible, then you need to force yourself, even if you have desires to see these girls more than once, unless she's absolutely like a girl you like, if you lost her, you would regret it. And you know if you feel that way about the girl. Hey guys, Hector Castillo-Poppy from girlschase.com. Today I want to talk about a comment that I read on a video, and it's a subject that I've obviously given a lot of thought to, and that is, should you only sleep with girls once? Now, some people's immediate reaction would be like, what? That's fucking weird. Like, you should sleep with the girl as much as, you want or don't want. It's depends on the girl and you. Yeah, I get it. But it's an interesting thing to contemplate from the perspective of someone who is or wants to sleep with a lot of women and wants to live that life. You want to live that life and give it a try. You want to sow your oats. So the comment, I believe, was in response to, I don't even remember the fucking video. I just remember the comment. And he just said, like, only hitting it once or just having one night stands is the best way to go. Now, some people might be like, who hurt you? I fucking hate that comment. Who hurt you? I mean, maybe it has some validity. The people who are like so crazy about just like hit it and quit it and just, don't get hurt, don't catch feelings. Yeah, maybe there's some pain behind that. But let's take a sincere look at it. So I remember when I started, living that life in university, I was torn because I am a very affectionate, loving person. Like, I really care about the people around me. But I think that because of my pain, there's some truth to that comment. I wanted to like be that guy and not get hurt again. So I would force myself, because my goal was to get with a lot of girls for whatever reason deep down. We can go into the psychology of why I even wanted that in the first place, but there's a whole nother video. So I would like hook up with girls and then they would want to see me or I would want to see them. And sometimes I would strangely self-sabotage myself. Like, I remember once there was this girl who I loved fucking her. It was really good sex and she was super cute. And I remember that weekend she was like, yeah, maybe we can hang out and have some pizza. And great, eat some pizza, fuck some hot half Asian, half Italian chick who looked great. And we had great sex. And the seduction was fun. She was so loving. She didn't play that many games. And she was obviously being honest about wanting to see me again. And I forced myself to not see her, but kind of subconsciously, because I responded, yeah, maybe, which was a very dick thing to do. And then I didn't hit her up for like another week or 2 weeks. And then obviously she was auto-rejected. Like, she was pissed at that comment. And then we saw each other around occasionally, but nothing ever came of it again. And I always look back on that moment because I remember that was such a significant moment where I was trying to be that guy, but there was still a pull inside of me to want to spend time with girls who I liked. Duh. And if you go at it from the what's the most efficient like Playboy thing to have, my angle now would be, yeah, just sleep with these girls as long as it's not inhibiting your desire to see other girls, which is probably true for a lot of guys, because a lot of guys maybe don't have a crazy sex drive or a crazy achievement mindset where they're able to sleep with girls like, oh, I have this girl like Monday and I have this girl I've been seeing on Saturday, but then I'm going to be approaching and going after new girls, da-da-da. So most guys will let these regular things kind of keep them in. Some of my clients, like, they didn't get laid for a while, then they sleep with a girl, and then she's basically his girlfriend for 6 months, but he doesn't like her enough to actually commit to her. But then it's enough of a satiation to not go out and meet new girls. And I would have to tell them, you need to cut this off because it's obviously not a long-term partner, because for you it's not. You told me and you feel that way. But it's inhibiting your ability to find that long-term partner that maybe you want, or to get more girls. So my perspective now would be, yeah, sleep with the girls that you like sleeping with, and then it'll naturally reach its conclusion when you reach an impasse, and hopefully you'll have the motivation to see other girls while sometimes it can be a motivation, like pussy is like on lock this week, so if I go out on Friday or Saturday, I'm actually gonna be really chill, and I'm actually probably gonna be better at pulling girls because I'm not gonna be needy because I know I got pussy once a week. But some guys let it stop them. So those guys might have to force themselves to cut girls off after sleeping with her a few times or for like a month or two. So it does have a personable answer, or the answer depends on the person, but you want to kind of see it from an efficiency angle, which sounds really shitty to some people, but you know, if you get mad over comments like that, then this video is just not for you in general. Because you need to look at the big picture. What is it that you want? If your goal is to sleep with as many girls as possible, then you need to force yourself, even if you have desires to see these girls more than once, unless she's absolutely like a girl you like, if you lost her, you would regret it. And you know, if you feel that way about the girl, you would have to force yourself to cut them off. I think Chase told me, he's like, from his perspective, if she's not a high quality girlfriend and that, or girlfriend potential, which means wife material, which means like, I'm willing to have kids with her, and you learn what those traits are and what you like in people just right away, at least emotionally, I'm gonna fuck her once or twice and then cold turkey force myself to not see her again because of how I see the value of my time. Because he's a very busy guy and he's very achievement oriented. So he would force himself to cut off after fucking her once or twice, maybe 3 times if he really likes her and she's really hot. But if I don't see her as a long-term wifey, mother of my children potential, then I'm gonna cut it off. So if your goal legitimately and sincerely, and maybe you'll think that you want to be the crazy guy who gets 300 girls, but then you see that that's really not inside of you, and that's totally okay. No one's forcing you to be that guy. It's good for the people who want it, and it's bad for the people who don't want it. Then you're gonna have to force yourself to just have one night stands or maybe occasionally see her. And that's just how it's gonna be, because you're always looking for that thrill and that achievement of more and more and more, which has its negatives. And I've went over them in some videos, and maybe I'll make a specific video on what's the negatives of that lifestyle. And it can have a lot of, you know, lonely points, droughts, depressions. Like, it definitely has its negatives. But the positives of it is that it can be very exciting and very like pushing and motivating, because you know that once you fuck a girl, you're gonna have to go out and get another one. Some people like that. It's fun. There's adrenaline junkies, there's people who want to be billionaires, and there's people who are just okay doing averagely, and that's totally okay. So you need to go by what your goals are. If your goal is just to have a few girls in your rotation that you can sleep with and have a good time with and maybe eventually have a girlfriend, that's fine. So then when you fuck girls, you continue to see them and then see how it progresses. If you're more of a long-term relationship kind of guy, then you're not going to be cutting off girls super quickly, though actually, like, you should, maybe you're taking Chase's perspective, like, you should sleep with her, but you sleeping with her isn't just an enjoyment, hedonistic adventure. You sleeping with her is like interview time. Like, I'm screening you for long-term potential. Like, if you're seriously looking for, you know, a girlfriend or a wife or the mother of your children, you should be just having fun and sleeping with girls, because it's important to start the foundation of a relationship sexually, because that's where the strongest emotional bonds start from, and then you grow the obviously like long-term goals and values and, you know, our connection stuff on top of it, but you start it with the primal stuff. But then if you see in the times you hang out, she doesn't share your values or your long-term goals, then you need to cut it, because you're looking, especially if you're getting older, for a girl who's going to be your mate for life, right? So it's kind of like, if you're the high achievement wanting to fuck a bunch of girls guy, cut girls off very fast. If you're just having fun and doing whatever the fuck you want, then you're somewhere in the middle, or over here, where you're just gonna enjoy sleeping with as many girls as possible. But if it's not a lot, it's fine. I'm cool with just having a few girls. But then if you're actually a long-term relationship guy, you kind of go back a little bit towards the perspective of the guy who wants tons of lays, and you're gonna cut off girls pretty quickly, because you want to leave that time and energy, because dating can be very time intensive and emotionally intensive, kind of part-time or full-time job. If you're really like, think about the time of texting and actually seeing her and sleeping with her and spending the night, like, it adds up. That time really does add up. Then you're gonna have to skew towards the first guy's goals and methods and cut girls off pretty quickly. So is sleeping with girls in one night stands the best way to do it from like what's your goal and what's your plan perspective, not from the, oh, he just has emotional trauma or psychotherapy bullshit. Then if you're number 1 or 3, then probably you want to skew more towards one night stands or seeing her a couple of times. But if you're more just kind of enjoying things and I guess you're more hedonistic and you just want to, you love lazing around with, you got your 2-3 girls in rotation and you like hanging out, smoking weed, drinking, fucking, watching Netflix, whatever the fuck it is, then no, sleep with girls that you like and continue to sleep with them. But the other guys, maybe you do need to be a little bit more quick with moving on to the next girl for your goals. So it's goal oriented, and that's how we should see things. It can kind of seem a little bit douchey saying it like that, but we're trying to achieve what it is we want to achieve, and you're gonna have to make decisions that in the end might hurt someone's feelings, but in the end you're saving them feelings because their lifestyle is not gonna align with yours. And a good seducer cares about women and loves women, and so he's gonna share those moments with her, but then when things are no longer beneficial for both of them, he's gonna cut things off, even if it's hard to do in the moment. So when I saw myself growing, in my dating life and being more mature about what it is I wanted, it was probably good that I cut those girls off because I needed to satiate that sowing my oats period. And then once I did it enough, I took more of the perspective of, yeah, I want a girlfriend, but I'm not in a rush to do it. And I just want to hang out with girls I like. And when I'm no longer wanting to sleep with them, I'm going to move on, but I'm not going to force myself to cut them off. But the times when I knew I was past that phase, I felt bad. And I was like, I really just wanted to spend time with her. But my desire to be that guy interrupted me having a good time with her, and unfortunately lost me a few girls that I really did like and wanted to spend more time with, but my ego got in the way. So be very sure to ask yourself what it is you want and then adjust your dating lifestyle to that. So I hope this has been educational, informative, and might help you reflect on your goals and how you're going about getting those goals in your dating life. And that's my job as your dating coach. Okay, so Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlchase.com. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell. I love you. Go fuck yourself, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.